Good evening and salutations, my bold and beautiful fans. So, here's the thing about Steffi and what she's doing. Normally, I'm not a fan of meddling. I'm not a fan of meddling. I'm still, in some ways, not a fan of what she's doing, but I understand why she's doing it, right? Like, she asked Hope point blank, do you love him? And Hope doesn't give an answer. And Thomas is just being hopeful that one day she will. And I'm like, bro, you're living in a fantasy. You're delusional at this point. And this is what Steffi Smith is trying to get him to realize. She may never return the feelings that you're wanting. And it's one thing if Thomas was cool with that. Thomas could sit there and say he's cool with that, right? And he can say he's cool with that. And in a lot of ways that may be true. But he's wanting something that may not happen. It's one thing if he was cool with that not happening, but the fact that he wants it, that's the problem. And given his history of what happens when he doesn't get what he wants, that's what Steffi's concerned about. This is the reason why she's going so hard on Hope. And Hope's in this thing where you need to sit there and mind your business, just between me and him. And while she may be right about that, her concerns are valid because that's her brother. So it's at the end of the day, and granted, yes, at the end of the day, Thomas is a grown ass man. He gets to make his own decisions, his own faults and failures and mistakes and everything like that, and he has to sit there and live with the consequences. Ultimately, Steffi does have to sit there and kind of take a step back. This is what I had a problem with Paris's mom. And granted, she was being hella disrespectful because she didn't like Carter and calling him all sorts of names. And I was like, at the end of the day, Paris is a grown ass woman, and some people came at me talking about, but that's her mom. I don't care if that's her mom. She's not a child. She's a grown ass woman. At the end of the day, your daughter is going to have to make her mistakes and learn from them. And being there trying to coddle every single thing that she does, it's not going to make things better. It's ultimately going to make things worse. And that's what I had a problem with Paris's mom, whatever the hell her name is. I can't remember. It's not even really important. But with Steffi, ultimately, I still feel the same way. Yeah, that's your brother, and I can understand your concern, but he's a grown-ass adult. Let him make mistakes and let him learn from it. And just be there to pick up the pieces when things go wrong. But you shouldn't be sitting there managing him. You have your own kids and your own family, your own husband and your own career to sit there and kind of be mindful of. And I don't understand. And I think that's my issue with the whole busybody thing. It's like, how do you have that much time? Seriously, spend more time with your damn husband, making sure he's happy, than managing your brother's life. Rich sees her and asks the same thing. And of course, she gets defensive and gives this I don't know answer, and then sits and says, well, I'm just being adventurous just like my mom. And it seemed like it worked out for her, okay? And like, given her history, what people have told me, I don't know that's something you should be inspiring to sit there and be, just throwing it out there. Um, Ridge is concerned and asking about Eric and making sure he did the problem with this whole Eric storyline is, like, yesterday's episode was kind of bad in the sense of conversation shouldn't always have to be about Eric. Eric is off canvas, whatever, or then I feel like the soap opera should be doing other things besides talking about Eric. It should not be the dominating force of the episodes. That's an issue. I'm glad they're starting to slide away from that, which is great. But they kind of need to sit there and make sure that these conversations aren't dominated by Eric. Him having all this doubt. Did I do the right thing? Is he actually going to sit there and be the same? What am I going to do if he's not? I'm going to be sitting there blaming myself. It's like, bro, you've been sitting there saying that for the past 15 something episodes. And as heart wrenching as this story is, there's a part of me is like, bro, I can't sit there and take another self doubt lecture about yourself one more time. I can't do it. That's something that definitely needs to change. Um, and Thomas gets defensive, and he tells Hope, listen, let me sit there and talk to Steph by myself. And he tells her like, yo, listen, I get what you're saying, but I love her. I think this is gonna work out. Let me live my life. Stop butting in and ruining. And she's like, you're gonna keep pushing to the point where it ruins us. And I think that's what Hope said also. And he gets really defensive. And Finn comes to the office. He overhears that. He walks and he's like, yo, listen, you're not gonna be talking to your sister like that. You're not gonna be talking like that. I don't give a damn if that's your sister or not. Like, do you understand me? He looks at Steph. He was like, no, no, no. Look at me. Practically, he was like, do you understand me? And Steffi doesn't sit there and try to do much to like kind of calm him down. Um, which she probably should. I mean, granted, it was towards the end of the episode where it got really good. So in the next episode after that, she's probably gonna be like, "Hey, listen, I got this. It's fine." Um, I personally don't think that he was actually saying anything that out of pocket. He was just being more defensive and just kind of telling her, "You need to back the f off." Yeah, how he even sit there and say it like that. He was just like, "You need to sit there and just chill out and let me live my life." I don't understand why Ben came in there with this cowboy like attitude, like, hey, no, listen, you're not gonna talk to her like that. Like what? Like like how brothers and sisters, how siblings generally talk to each other? He's not gonna do that? Okay. It's, I don't know, kind of hard and it was a little unnecessary, but okay. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty much about it. It's very rare that I could sit there and do all four reviews on one day. One day next year, hopefully, I'll be able to do this full time and I can actually do four reviews in one day and still do a live stream. That's the goal. That is the goal of 2024. One of many, but definitely one of them. Anyway, I feel like I probably missed some stuff here and there, but I think that's the general gist of the episode. If I missed anything, you know what to do. Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the shows, Bold and Beautiful, Young and Restless, Days of Our Lives, and General Hospital. Um, B&B has actually been doing good. Kind of soft a little bit, but for the most part, it's actually been doing pretty well. It was one episode, it's actually been in General Hospital. So I hope they can sit there and keep this momentum going. I heard they're supposed to bring in a new character. They need to do that. They need to do that more on B&B. They need to start bringing in some fresh blood. They got Luna, they got Poppy, that's great. They need to sit there and bring in some fresh blood. Rotate this cast a little bit more. Not make this the Ridge and Brooke show, which, I mean, I know I'm kind of, well, 20, 30 something years late to the party, but they need to sit there and change it up a little bit. Yes, I understand that they have their figureheads and the most popular characters, but let's not have it be like General Hospital and make it the Sunny and Carly show. You know, put some other people in there. Hell, they haven't really talked about Katie and Carter's relationship. Is that even still a thing? Where's this whole thing with Poppy and Bill? Apparently, Bill was supposed to know Poppy from somewhere. People were sitting there making rumors talking about Dollar Bill is Luna's father. Now let's kind of explore that a little bit more. I mean, yeah, the Eric stuff is great, and he's on ice right now. So let's start dominating conversation so much about Eric and start to get some of these other characters. Definitely looking forward towards that. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a list of things that they need to improve on B&B. I love a good start so far. I've actually had a couple of breakaway episodes that have been good. So not that much in a hole. Well, they're kind of in a hole to some extent. With General Hospital, probably a little bit more, but I guess with General Hospital, I expect a little bit more because I've seen it in its peak from my era when I started watching it. So there's definitely some things that B&B can improve on. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go, and I'll see you in the next video.